And away they go. Statute slow into stride with Rail Trip. One of the first to respond, Dynasty's Blossom. MIYABI Gold is right there, the pink cap. Je ne sais quoi is going to move around them. And also looking to improve strides is Ella's World. So a lot of blue and white silks in this race as they just amble along, no speed on. Ella's World looking to pick it up. Coral Bay's on the right-hand side. MIYABI Gold is perfectly poised at the rail. Je ne sais quoi further back in the running, and that's got about 4 lengths to make up. Dark Moon down towards the inside. Dynasty's Blossom, Stelvio. They got 6-7 lengths to hunt down. Irish Wonder Girls in the blue silks, and that's about 8 or 9 lengths off them. Perfect Airs on the outside of Statute. Catch a Falling Star. Rail Trip towards the back end. Moon and June and Escape Club. Drops anchor 10 lengths off. 1,000 meters left to go. Ella's World 1 length. Coral Bay's at the rail. Je ne sais quoi on the outside. Dynasty's Blossom looks to get a bit closer. The favourite, MIYABI Gold. Along the inside rail, got her 4 lengths to make up. Dark Moon down. Irish Wonder Girl, Stelvio. Perfect Air, making some strides on the outside. Statute, Catch a Falling Star. Homeward Bound, just on 550 meters to go. Ella's World, Je ne sais quoi. Just in behind these, Coral Bay. Dynasty's Blossom to the outside. MIYABI Gold now hooked around them, got about 2.5 to make up. But Anton Marcus is about a setter of light coming to the 300. Here comes MIYABI Gold. Anton says, let's go for gold. And MIYABI Gold comes into the lead, goes 2 lengths clear, and she's starting up her engine for the KZN campaign. Perfect Air's running on, but MIYABI Gold goes stand in the queue, do the banking, home Jerome. Perfect Air. Then came Coral Bay, Irish Wonder Girl in photos for the minor positions, the banker's home. Well, just looking at the conditions of this race, she had them stone cold. MIYABI Gold, Anton Marcus, Justin Snaith, Evanston Investments, the Hamiltons, Nick Johnson, and she's a horse who's got class stamped all over her. And the boys, all they had to do was just look at her rating. She's run in the July, the feature races, and the way she's come through here, big things still to come. We'll see which way she goes. MIYABI Gold. Perfect Air, she stayed on well for second. Coral Bay and Irish Wonder Girl. But from the time the noms came out, there was only going to be one winner, and that was MIYABI Gold. And this was, or is a daughter of Silvano, bred by the Daytona stud for the Hamiltons. Well done to all concerned. MIYABI Gold, she's just far too good, a cut above this field. Back to the studio.
Oh, we've just seen the running of the East Coast Cup, a listed race over 2,000 meters, and the favorite as obliged, the top one, MIYABI Gold, Justin Snaith with the daughter of Silvano. Well done to Daytona Stud, well done to Everstein Investments and Mr. Nick Johnson, and of course jockey Anton Marcus doing duty for Justin here, and he's come through to win very well on this 5-year-old mare who now notches up a 6th career win from 17 runs. And let's get Anton into the office. He's just having a quick word with Justin Snaith, but we'll wait patiently for him. Anton, firstly, hearty congratulations. Does she look like the right horse in the field?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, she was a standout. She was a standout if you look at the weight structure, you know. I guess, very fortunate to get on them. Just great to have one for Justin, and well done to Nick. Nick, I know you're watching at home. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I guess, I'm the recipient of the other jockey's misfortune, which has cost me as well, But I'm sure Richard's not going to begrudge me a listed one. I get on very well with Richard, and as a matter of fact, a lot of the rides that I get for Justin, Richard actually talks me through them, which I really appreciate. As you know, Richard, I mean, he's Justin's go-to guy, he's his main man, and he's got the stable at heart as well. So just a big thank you to Richie as well.
Black and white, you mentioned the form, but the draw is always a plus, and you have it perfectly positioned, Anton, from that draw.
I did. I had all the favours. You know, my only slight concern was when they eased it up a bit. You know, it was a bit muddly, and I think she's as well as what she won. I think she's far more effective off a good tempo throughout. You know, and as you know, slow tempo is often is the undoing of the better horse in a race. So that was my only concern when they eased it up a bit. Just as I say, just grateful to be on the right one today, and just to Wayne Berlin and the boys, thanks.
Okay, you got Bulgarian in the next. Tell us what you think of him back home.
It's a nice horse. I haven't done the grass work on him. He doesn't give much away on the sand. He's not the best weighted horse, but I mean, it's a starting point. I think Justin's got far bigger fish to fry, and you'll speak to him about it. You know, as good as what he is, rest assured he's left a lot in the locker to work with.
Looking at the opposition that you take on, you briefly touched on the weights. I know there's 6 allowance for the fillies as well that bring them in. That's why they 1-2 in the best weighted column. But you'll have the run of the race from draw 1, Anton?
Well, you certainly hope so, you know, but there are 1 or 2 horses, you know, healthy respect for. You know, there isn't really much between him and Glenn Cotson's grey horse, if you want to be analytical. Yeah, there's very little of them on the form, you know. And the way Herodotus runs, it appears that Greyville's going to suit him as well. But look, I mean, if I had the choice of any horse, I'd want to be on Bulgarian.
That's all we need to know, Anton. Well done, yeah.
Thank you, Dees.
Lovely. Let's get Justin Snate in. And Justin, you know, I must touch on this because this trip that you make, this annual pilgrimage down to KZN, it's a tremendous exercise, and it's a lot of teamwork and a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. But you love it, don't you?
Yeah, look, I certainly do. The only part that you left out there was the expense.
Correct.
It's not a cheap exercise, I can assure you.
For your owners and yourself, Justin.
It's not cheap. We have to obviously move the whole family and stuff like that. But my father started training in 1972, and our first Natal season was in about 74. I started getting involved in the 90s. I started training in 2000, and as I started training in 2000, I had my first Natal season as a trainer, and we've been coming ever since. So we've been coming here since about 1974, and I think there's only been 1 year that we missed since 1974. Otherwise, the Snaiths have been here every year. I think it's the mecca of racing. It has such a history, and we thoroughly enjoy it. Even if I didn't like Natal, which I love, okay, I play polo and stuff, I would still come for the racing. So it's been very enjoyable. I've got a lot of stories where I could tell you of things that have happened in the past, which were hilarious, and it's just also the memories of all the things that happened. I love it, and as I said, we've been coming here for a long time, so and we'll continue coming here for a long time.
That's brilliant. Maybe someone can do a documentary on Justin's pilgrimage over the years to KZN. But coming back to the horse, she's done you proud on so many occasions when you brought her down to KZN. She loves this part of the world.
You know, I cannot tell you what a beautiful filly this is. You know, it's not often you can show a 5-year-old mare racing, and she races in a rubber bit. For those who don't know, the rubber bit is the softest bit that you can put in a horse's mouth, and they really have to be very obedient and stuff like that to race in a rubber bit. It's very rare. And it just shows the effort that she puts in and how much she loves just life in general. She doesn't fight you, and it's just a very, very special mare to us. When I take her to Muizenberg Beach, she rolls in the water. You'll see her after the race when we hose her down. She loves it. She's just, if I could clone her, I would. Sadly, to the loss of Rob Hamilton during the year, he was a big supporter of Natal racing. And I'm just glad he got to see her race a bit. And, you know, obviously he was heavily behind the breeding. And obviously to the whole Johnson family that are watching just up the road.
Just 2 things quickly before we end it off. Number 1, where to next for her? Do you have any immediate plans? And then give me a mark out of 10 for Bulgarian.
Look, I'll go chat with Nick, and we'll make some decisions. So we always prefer the owners must always make the final call. So it'll be a discussion between him and I, and we'll take it from there. I'm sure Jonathan will put his two cents in as well.
Sure.
Bulgarian looked doing very well. His work was good into this, and we're hoping for a very positive run. This will be a marker for everybody for the Vodacom Durban July. I do worry that it is his first run, but I did that in Cape Town. He came out and won over 2,000 meters. And as you see in MIYABI Gold, she had no problem doing it. So
Sure.
quite frankly, there's no excuses. If he wants to have any chance in this year's Vodacom Durban July, we need to see some fireworks today. I think Crown Tower is a type of horse that is also quite a nice galloper and could also, run a decent race.
We'll leave you off the hook. No mark out of 10, but well done here. Give our best to the owners as well. Please do that.
Thank you very much. And also Swift Surprise, I think, do not leave him out of anything today.
Thanks a lot, Justin Snaith, the winning trainer. Well done to everybody concerned. East Coast Cup listed race 2,000 meters 2020 belongs to horse number 2, the top one, MIYABI Gold.